The International 9900i is one of the latest trucks that SCS added to the game. And it brings with it a certain charm, a fairly limited range of engines and transmissions, but hey, that doesn't matter. But what happens if you want to use an older engine in this truck? What happens if you want to turn back the clock? Well, sit tight, let's find out. Good afternoon, welcome back to American Truck Simulator. This is David Steele and this is my International 9900i. And as you can tell, with a difference. That's right, this is a test drive of a Caterpillar C-10 and this is the 280 horsepower rated model. 280 horsepower, 1050 foot-pounds of torque. It's not exactly a high power engine. And I'm using it today with a 13-speed manual transmission. I'm actually using it in automated mode. Let's just take the parking brake off. There we go. Numpty mistake. So I'm using it with a 13-speed manual, but I'm using it in automated, and that's so I can just see how well the thing shifts. It's got a 3.9 final drive, so it's pretty short, but we need that to keep the thing rolling. We are picking up, there we go, £16,000 worth of machine parts. So, not a heavy cargo by any stretch, but that's exactly what we really want.
It's all over now.
Okay, thank you, Doug. Raspy. Another thing I've changed, let's just get these windows down, I think, is I'm using advanced coupling on the trailer, which makes life difficult, or harder than it has been, when it comes to connecting the truck to the trailer. I'm going to use a bit more force, but I've got to get it just right. Okay, I think I can get it there with just one pass. We'll see. I don't always manage it with just one go. Can I see better on this side? Yeah, a little bit. So I think let's, I guess, lower the truck height a little bit. I think I'm a little bit over towards its left. It might be okay. Yeah, I think I am. So let's pull forward. There we go. And reposition. Okay. And you know when it's on because... Oh, no. We missed. Yeah, I'm still... I'm not exactly central. Let's try that again. How's that? It's looking okay. Yeah, I think I've got it. There we go. So let's go ahead and connect everything up. Get back to the dashboard. Okay, so before we set off, this isn't a truck I've used all that much. Quick glance at the instruments, I think. So, go here, zoom in. It's my engine temperature. That's a little bit cool, but not so bad. Oil is hidden under the wheel. Oil temperature, okay. Voltage, air, brake pressure. There we go. It's working fine. Oh, we're gonna. I think it's a transmission or an axle temperature on the right-hand side. Anyway, so quite a nice dashboard. A little bit old-fashioned. I quite like that. And let's quick external view this. I guess I'll get the right height back to where it should be. There we go. Alright. And a pretty base spec machine. Not got for many options here. Okay, let's do a quick tug test. Yep, I'd say that we're connected, and let's get on the road. What I'm doing here is just making sure that the thing will move off smoothly. It's still in low gear, which is perfectly fine by me. And I've been tweaking the shift points for the transmission quite a bit to try and get just the right point for this particular engine. So it's going to go through all the gears one by one probably, but that's better than it skipping a gear and then being too slow for the gear it skips to because you've lost a bit of speed. I didn't exactly stop there. There we go. Now I've stopped. No, no. Don't want to do that. Let's be cautious today. Okay. So I need to pull into the right-hand lane because I'm going to be turning right just up here. Didn't want to be in the wrong lane, that would not be good. Okay. First difficult intersection out of the way. I'm sure there'll be many more of them. Okay, I'm just turn right on a red, feels like I'm cheating. A little bit unusual to be using a day cab. I spent a long time testing in a Kenworth W900, a long wheelbase, so this is a lot more compact, a lot more manoeuvrable. Go ahead and get the windows up, like so. There we go. Nice quiet house cabin. Tell the world we're taking the first exit. Where's this white guy going on the right? Yep, alright. He's not going my way, so that's good. Okay. Back on the power. And that little truck is coming on my left side, but that's okay. Let's just kill the indicator. Right, I'm going to tap cruise and tell it to get to 65, but it may not do it. We'll see. And not merge left. Okay. Well, I would say that so far, so good. White car snuck in behind me. Okay! I wasn't looking forward to merging onto the freeway there, but we managed it just fine. So let's get on with the trip. What else can I say about this engine? It's a 10.3 litre inline 6. Like I say, it's not powerful. I'm designing a 280 rated, 335 rated, and a 370 rated engine. The 370 is a lot more powerful and sprightly to use, but where's the fun in that? Sometimes you just gotta stick with the lower powered engines. And generally a lower powered cargo and get the right gearing. So this gearing is pretty much what Caterpillar recommend. And the engine only revs to 1800 RPM. So it's no speed demon. I mean, what's it doing now? 1550 at 65? That's okay. This is a World of Trucks trip, so I have a speed limit of 65 anyway. So I don't need to be going any quicker than this. And it should be fairly efficient. Now, I'm using a custom mod for the dash. It's not my mod. Let's just change the dashboard. So, fuel economy is so far been okay. The problem with using a lower powered engine is it's very easy to just overwhelm it. So you're spending the whole time at full power. Ease off the speed a little, and that means that your miles per gallon's not great. My trip is showing 6.4 for this tank so far, which is reasonable. I've been playing around with it. Gentle right hand corner. Otherwise, this is the stock International 9900i. If you have used this truck, you'll know it. Oops, like I say, it's a day cab and not a sleeper. Figured that was more in keeping with the lower powered engine. Let's just see how long it's going to take me to get to my destination by estimate. 4 hours. That's good. So I don't want to get there. I don't want to do an overnight stop without finding a hotel because I'm in a sleeper. Let's bump the cruise up to 65. Not going to make a difference. We're bleeding speed here. And if it wants to change down, I'm absolutely fine with that, but I'd like it to just drop half a gear. Go to 8 low as opposed to 7 high. That's going to help performance along these gradients with a low powered engine. But it's holding 55 right now, so okay. Yeah, still holding 55. Quick wheel cam view. One of my favourite shots in the whole game. And I'll close this with a little drive-by and then back into the cabin. So I had a lot of fun working with these Caterpillar engines. And Caterpillar, it seemed to have a huge range. In the early 2000s, they've got the C-7, C-9, C-10, C-11, C-12, C-13, and various C-15s. And some of these engines appear to have been a very limited production run. So your C-12s and your C-10s and your C-11s, you don't see those very often. The C-13s, you see a few of, and the C-15s. Does this mean if they're limited production, I shouldn't put them into my engine pack? Possibly. But then, there's a good challenge around hauling something with, for me at least, with a sub 300 horsepower engine and keeping the thing going. Choosing the right gearbox, choosing the right final drive to try and get that blend of not being too much of an obstruction to other traffic. So we haven't managed to hit 65, we're about to though, which is good. There we go. First time we're now cruising since we picked up the cargo. Take a look at the map, so head towards Boot and then turn north, it looks like. Helicopter on the right, and it looks like we've got a merge left here. Let's kill the cruise, bit of engine brake there. Okay. Click on the power, pull into this lane. Oh, hang on a second. We're going left or right? I think it's left. Oh, it's right. Okay. What do you know? It's kept me in 8 high as well at 50. I might have slipped down half a gear if I were doing this manually, but I'll let it do its thing. It's not been too big a compromise. We are keeping the engine spinning at the sort of 13 to 1500 RPM point, so, and that's where this little Caterpillar wants to run. Back up to cruise. Okay. Now, if you've not got the Montana DLC, this road may not be familiar, but Montana is a beautiful state. It's in my opinion, it's worth the upgrade, the full price download, I should say. Let's pull the speed back to 60. It looks like there's a twisty bit coming ahead. Oh, and we're turning off. Let's disable cruise. Yep. Not the smoothest drive there, David, but there we go. I'm going to exit right. I'm going to switch
exit right.
nav so I can see a little bit better. Bit of engine brake, off with the indicator, slip down a gear. Kill the engine brake. That should be good. Doesn't look like there's a junction up here, so I can just keep it rolling. Okay. Feathering in the throttle. I'll tap resume on the cruise once I can get to that control without swerving off the road. Shift it up. Alright. And resume. Tap it back to 65, I think. So, Montana, excuse me as I go over the rumble strip, is a beautiful state. And it's a little hard to see some of it whilst I'm driving along. I'll do my best. In fact, let's try the external view. It's a little easier. looks like a quarry or a mining area. That's I mean, it's not beautiful from one perspective, but all the detail is absolutely fabulous. Jump back into the cabin. I don't want to run off the road. So we're going up this hill in 8 low at about 45. But it's going. It's not a heavy cargo, but it's tackling it just fine. Fuel status is between 1/2 and 3/4. That is right-hand cluster of 6 smaller instruments, bottom left. And I've got the stage 2 lighting. It's called just the navigation lights, you might say, because I'll show you why. Let's go cycle the lights to dipped headlights to turn them off. That's not so bad actually, but the instruments are kind of dull. I guess I'll keep them off for now. It's 4 PM. We're due to get there at 6, a couple of hours away. Yep, back into top. So the hills and trees and details and the whole layered effect, Montana feels a little different to many other states that are somewhat flat. Still can't drive still can't drive at all third person perspective, but wants me to slow down. Let's jump back in. I've tapped the cruise down to 55, but it looks like we're barely going to slow down. It's good for mileage, I suppose. And this left-hander might be a little tight. Oh, it's okay, we're keeping it on the road. Alright, I'm happy with that. Let's put the cruise back to 65. Let's use this hill to get our speed back up. Like so. And if you have the console in the game, you can skip to some of the side roads you see, like this road on the right that looks like it turns right and goes up a hill here. You can use the console to drive on these roads. They're not just graphics, there's actual road surface there. And sometimes you can get quite a distance on them. Got an idea from Legion 564 in a live stream. Hey, there are parts of Texas that you can drive on. Maybe I need to do that. Maybe I'll do that in a video. There's this red tree on the right. That's pretty. Looks like it. I don't think it's blossom. It looks more like it's fall or autumn. Keep hitting that rumble strip. Just keeping it rolling. So we're using the stock International 9900i sound effects from SCS. One of my favourite, I think, of the game. Quite like the Volvo sound effects too. And I've heard a lot of the Peterbilt 389 and Kenworth W900s in my time. There's nothing wrong with them to listen to a Z-Mods or some of the newer truck sounds. Disappear into the sunset here. So this car on my left is doing 70, so he's barely going past me. Enough of that, I think. Wants me to use the right lane according to the GPS, but the right lane's about to close. Go home now if you're drunk. It's coming up to 5 PM. I'm getting close to wanting to put my lights on, but we'll keep them off for the time being. Ease around this left-hand corner. Just change my dashboard to show my average fuel consumption so far. So it's up to 6.5. Okay, that's good. It's a pretty light trip. It's a pretty light cargo, to be fair. And fast flowing big roads, that always helps too. pickups. Speaking of pickups, I may have picked up, haha, great pun there, the John Ruder's, it's called an RVM pickup, but it's the Dodge Ram, or the Ram pickup. And I may have acquired that a few days ago. I will still get into grips with it. It's quite a different driving experience, and far too tempting to go too quickly, and kind of difficult to see the dashboard, to see your speed if you're used to a truck. Not the clearest of instruments if I have my usual driving position. But really wanted to showcase the Caterpillar C-10 today, and that will not fit in the pickup unless you put it in the back and haul it somewhere. There's a visitor centre here. I like the little details like that. So we probably have about an hour left to go in terms of game time. I can keep everyone along for the ride. Just quick check that. Oh, a little bit sooner. That's good. I'm going to bring the speed back a little. See if we can squeeze some better mileage from this this little Caterpillar. Let's just get round this corner. I'll tap down to 55. Okay, round the corner, tap down once, tap down again, 55. Okay, so it should be able to hold on to this gear, and it's just going to coast along for a little bit. Makes a difference to fuel consumption. Fewer engine revs, less friction, less drag. Not that the game models drag. Oh, fireworks. Speed limit drops to 65 anyway. Let's check the map. Where are we? Oh, we're almost there. Okay. Well, this is my exit then.
Exit right.
Bit of engine brake. I didn't tell this engine to downshift. It's probably not something that the older engines will do. And if they did, it's not something I wanted to implement. There's my first yawn of the evening. That's good because we can drop off here, and then looks like that's a hotel on the right, so we could stop there tonight. So just gradually bringing it up this hill. Just drop to 4th. Let the thing stop. Are we going to the airport? I probably should have checked that. I know I've looked at it half a dozen times. I just may not have paid that much attention. It definitely looks like the airport. Okay, back on the power. Not going to Helena or Helena. Well, it says the airport's this way, so put my headlights on. Yeah, I guess we are. Looks like it's on the right. Okay. Cell mast on the right here, and I said right, I meant left. Quick look at that. Can't see it so good. Okay. That's the gate guards, second yawn, Canadian, and the American flag. And another flag. What's that? The bison. I suppose that's Montana. I don't actually know, and forgive my ignorance. Speed down to 30. I may have been at this airport last night. There's an aircraft there with 3 engines. I wonder what that is. Somebody getting airborne. There's no sound from it though. Maybe I'll add that in the editing. So how far away are we? It's 6 miles. I suppose we have to avoid the runway. They won't let us cross it, which is sensible enough. It's this vehicle here on the right. Another yawn. That's oops.
Get ready to turn left.
Gonna roll the windows down, I think.
Turn left.
This looks like it's the terminal then. So I'll use the second exit. Great Falls cargo terminal. There we go. Oh, I have to go onto the airport itself. That figures. See if they've seen I'm arriving and they're going to open the gates for me. Yeah, there we go. That helps. Yeah, so it's going through the lower gears one by one. I could probably tune that behavior out of it, but it does suit the way that this engine works. Okay. I wonder what that is on the right side. I have a pallet. Yep. Okay, let's look at the options for delivering this. I've got a bit of time before I got to take my break, so let's check. Okay, come on, inch it forward. There we go. What have you got? Where do you need it? That looks quite difficult. Let's play it safe. You know what? I'll go for that. Where do you need it? It might not be as hard as it looks. Of course, it could be very difficult, but looks like there's a driveway in front, and that's going to help me a lot. Looks like it's the far side of this little yard truck thing. And if this gate opens, it makes it a lot easier for me. Oh, okay. It's between two vehicles. Alright. Well, I think I can get that in there. If this gate opens. If the gate doesn't open, then it should... Yeah, there we go. It is. Fantastic. Can't really see much of what's behind me, but I know... There we go. Oh, this could be very easy. Yeah, I think it will be. Straighten it up like so. Okay. I mean, I'm saying it's going to be very easy, but it might not be. Just a little bit left hand down to straighten the whole package out. Let's see, how's that looking? Oh, a little bit closer to this little yard hauling thing. Whatever the heck they're called. Oh, still a little bit more. There we go. That's pretty much right where it needs to be. Beauty. I made this look easy for me. Let's gently ease it back. Now, a little bit of brake. I'm really close to this mirror. How close is that going to be? I think it's going to clear though. Yep. Okay, that's good. Not the straightest at the very last set. There we go. Beauty, beauty. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just jump out and take a look at that. Let's see how neat is that. Okay, it's left a little bit, but it's gonna do. So let's shut it down. Like so. And disconnect, and let's see how well we did. Drum roll. So 311 miles and 40.8 gallons. Got an excellent for that one, and that's about 7.5 miles per gallon. Okay, that wasn't a bad trip. I think there's a bit of refinement I can do with the engine and the shift points, but overall it performed pretty much as well as I'd hoped. Hope that you enjoyed this. The Caterpillar C-10 and a few other engines will be coming soon. I'd originally planned them to be coming to the Steele Productions engine pack, but they might be going into a separate Caterpillar engine pack. I'm not sure at this point. So it looks like I've got at least 4 engine families that I want to add. So we'll see. But meanwhile, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. You know what to do if you have. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.